Welcome back to Crypto Talk, guys. So let's run down a few things with you. Let's start with the news. I'm going to start doing more of this news crap since people seem to like it. But judge has dismissed a bunch of cases for the SEC. So first one we'll talk about, it's Richard Hart and Hex, PulseX, Pulse Chain has been thrown out. They came a day after Coinbase. So Coinbase was officially entered into their ledger system slash the Security and Exchange's books. So this was a rumor, but this is now official. It's officially in the U.S. docket system. So that is that. We can move on from there. I assume that any other cases that are remaining, I assume the one with Kraken is going to get dropped as well, since they haven't been announced yet, but I think they were the first one to get attacked. I think Coinbase was second. So I did respond to Richard Hart, and I said we want to see more live streams talking about sucking middleman D. That's all he talks about, and then throwing his gold chain and diamonds around. So we haven't seen his fat ass on TV recently, so hopefully YouTube. So hopefully we'll see him very soon. So Bitcoin dumped, but it left a massive liquidity curve behind us, something we've talked about. Called it early. I called this candle here as a reversal. Nope, we filled this CME gap for the most part. So on my chart, we did not. We filled a little over 50% of the CME gap. Other people's charts, they say it filled perfectly to the T. On this chart, it came all the way down to 78,675. On this chart, it came all the way down to 78,200. So people are going off of that one. So if we went down to 78,200 on that chart, it still doesn't fill. It's not, a little bit lower. So about 75% on the CME-based chart. So again, this isn't perfect science. To fill this on their chart is 77,900. So it is what it is. I think it's filled. I mean, you can consider it. We have one way down here at not $8,000. So I don't think we're going to come get that one anytime soon. We have one filled down here. I think the world would have to end if we have no internet to have $8,000. Where is it? Do we even have it marked anymore? I haven't gone hunting for this in a while. I may have deleted it from this chart. Anywho, doesn't really matter. So we filled this, in my opinion, moving higher. Really simple. Also, you can see we tagged the macro 0.5 fib at 79,000. So that was a nice tag. So I will take it. So what are we here now? So back to the 12-hour, we got a huge liquidity curve above us. What does that mean? Usually that means you have a quick move. You have a quick move down means you have a quick move up, because you don't have much market structure here. So as you break these parts of key market structure, and you start holding previous ones, you're starting to stair step your way up. So don't be surprised we're not back to $99,000 pretty quickly by the end of next week, provided you're back in this range. So we should now do a new range pull and get an idea of our current situation with the new dip involved with it. As soon as my brain can find my range tool, go from this top to this bottom, and what we got. So really, we got to get back above 94,000, call it 200, to be back in this range. But technically speaking, this is all a massive range. So let's just pull this one too. And technically, I would go from here, that low, to this high. What we got? And let's extend it out and see what we come up with here. Extend right. There you go. So it comes up with the same basic, a little bit lower. 91,000, let's call it 900 is kind of the bottom here. You want to watch for rejection. So we could get a really big bullish couple days push, reject off 91, back test maybe, call 87, and then stair step our way up. That'd be healthy because you're actually creating market structure to fall back on as you move higher. So currently we're just stair stepping like this. It'd be nice to see that. get a rejection here. And then once you're back in the range, remember, once you're in the range, it's going to suck you back up to the top. So then the next target is pretty much either this midline or the point of control. Midline comes in about 94,700. Point of control is coming in about 96,660. And then you also got the top end of the anchored VWAP coming in here. I'm leaving this one on as well. The projected one, I'm dotted lines, but this is the real one here. That is roughly coming in at about 100,000 on the dot, and then the top of the value area range is coming in right around 103,100, and that's also the top of our bull flag. So, in all reality, we have nothing. We haven't mitigated any of these short positions from the high. Look, you got a lower high each time. So that usually makes for one hell of a rocket. So if we go back and look, anytime we had that here, right? We had capitulation after capitulation, right? So we had, yeah, never a high taken, right? So all these had stop losses above these highs. You had these massive takeouts, and then once you ran, it ran. So, but this was much more drawn. I think it was 8 months of sideways. Previous, same thing. You had a dump and then a pump. So this is a better example of zero market structure left above. So you dump down, and then once it starts to run and it gets above that, it's just now going to flip that as support, which it did here, and then it just kept running. So, so that's what I'm looking for here in the short term. Can't make any predictions, but what I can tell you, if I zoom in one more time, we are holding the key VWAP here, anchored VWAP. That's key. 12-hour, we are rejecting, currently speaking, / fighting the 200 smooth moving average. Let me turn on my Mongo Pro Trader and give you an idea of what those look like. All right, so we're smacking our head exactly on the 9 EMA here, and we're also got a perfect, we're fighting and did get rejected from the weekly VWAP. So right now, this is the 12-hour, by the way. I'll zoom in on another chart in a second, but we're ping-ponging between the weekly EMA and the 200 SMA. It's a good spot to be. You're also fighting the lower end of the last wick, or second to last wick, so some order blocks over here from November 2024 when we had this big push up to the new range. So we're really fighting the very beginning steps to get back in this range. So we want to get back up, back test, at least hold 86,400. That will be bullish in my opinion. We do have an inverse head and shoulders playing out, but it's internal market structure, guys. So be careful. It's still technically bearish on a downtrend. We have not broken structure to be any way, shape, or form bullish yet until we get back above 87,000. Let's call 100 to be on the safe side. So the current VWAP rejection is playing Gandalf right now and telling you shall not pass. So right now we are coming back down, which is good. You don't want to see straight line up. Straight line up means straight line back down. So looking for some stair steps here. For some reason, TradingView doesn't have alarms set. They're doing maintenance right now, and it's a total pain in the butt. It's like you're paying for a service on something that you use the most, which is my alarms, and I don't have access to alarms. So looking for a support resistance flip here too, coming in at 85,860 would be a nice one here. Purple line is the regular 200 EMA on the 30-minute. This 200 smooth moving average is up here. That is around 89,158. But I do like we've got levels of support because all of the EMAs are starting to wrap up, which means the trend is changing, which is great. And that's why I've drawn the inverse head and shoulders here, which did break internally bullishly, but it has not really kind of changed structure yet until we get back above 87,100. So that's the stipulation I have currently speaking. And also keep in mind, this is the weekend. Weekend has low volume. Weekend is where most traders, including myself, have historically lost the most amount of money because the volume is erratic and is controlled by a few whales or anybody with a ton of money that can push the market in their favor based on an agenda. So Be careful. I always recommend, if you like trading weekends, it requires a ton of patience. Don't look for quick trades unless there's pump and dumps, but turn down the leverage and turn up your patience and give yourself some wiggle room. So with that said, I've been trading the heck out of Trump coin. Why is that so little? So I stayed up, I'm running on 3 hours of sleep, so I need to go to bed soon. But stayed up last night to watch the dip, and I literally bought the wick. I think I bought I got in like at 11:11. I did not ride the entire thing up because I didn't know it was going to go this high. But I was scalping the heck out of this range on the way up, and especially this one. So I got treated this morning to this massive wick. So there was a short squeeze on Trump coin that gave me a 400% return. I think it's close to 470% return on a trade. That was a 50x leverage trade. And of course, the big ones never seem to have enough margin in them that you like. So it wasn't like a full account kind of thing. So, but still, it's nice to see. Usually I'm getting 25, 30, 55% trades that are nice chunks of money. But when go back down, look at your chart and understand, why am I up 400%? It's because someone got liquidated. It was a massive candle. So if I zoom in for you, it was a quite beautiful. This thing was this gigantic. So I had my chart on the 1 minute. You can imagine that looked like in the 1 minute. It was just nuts. I like showing these. They're kind of fun. Yeah, imagine being zoomed in and you like, what happened? What happened? I was trading, all of a sudden, boom. So needless to say, I had another open that was underwater that took profit up here. I cashed out and then I re-entered later. But yeah, so I had one that was doing high leverage scalping and one was more of a 10x low leverage, just hold. As soon as you see these wicks, I always cash out of those positions, is because it's usually going to come back down to entry. So being Trump coin and not being Bitcoin, I wasn't really taking any chances. So I got out of the longer term position, which was a much larger order size. So I made some money in that and called it a day, scrapped it off. So that was fun on my end. Schizo, going back to AI and artificial intelligence and AI bots / agents. I have some more or less internal knowledge. This is a really good project. So really excited what they're going to bring, how we're going to integrate them with Fusio. Moving forward with the white label solution and the financial planning side of things. So your financial planner will be able to use their own AI agent and program it correctly to what they want to do. And Schizo, along with Mastercraft, I believe is the name of the company, is going to run all of that on top of Gaia. So they're AI decentralized network. Pretty excited. You've got now a kind of reversal coming in here. You got a nice rounding here on the momentum wave. This is the 4 hour. You're sitting on top of the 886 fib, which is the last line in the sand. And you've also starting to have structure sit on top of old structure. So that's good. I like what I see. You're in a nice falling channel. To my first breakout target, Schizo has something along the lines of 320% move, and then to the massive breakout target, probably to the minimum of the bull market high for them, is going to be in this guy. So we'll step our way up. But 3,700% return, which is not unheard of in crypto. And this thing's not even it's a penny at this point. So if, let's say it goes to 10 cents. No, it's not even a penny. Yeah, let's go to a penny. Let's see what a penny looks like. I like doing these speculatory kind of pulls here. What is a penny? Penny's 26,000%. Again, this is AI, guys. AI is the next big narrative. Let's go. It goes to 10 cents. This is how people make a ton of money. 10,000. That's 200, almost 290,000%. So this is why with market caps, this is totally doable. I don't even think this thing has a $10 million market cap right now. I did when I first looked at it. So I was pretty happy. I think I bought the bottom for the most part. I bought a couple of these dumps. Of course, I don't have a very big position size, but definitely something going to be a part of. This is on the Solana ecosystem. So Solana's hot up and coming. Fusio's token will be both on Solana and Binance Smart Chain to start with. And then we'll look to branch out from there in terms of other chains to go along with. Running over to Ethereum. Nice cup and handle pattern playing out. Turn off my Mongo Pro Trader. It skews things on larger time frames. You got a falling, broadening wedge coming off a massive handle, cup and handle pattern. So this got destroyed, and I think this got destroyed mainly because of institutions that are stacking this for their ETF. So this is no different than what Bitcoin was getting destroyed 9 months ago when they had their ETF come out. They are purposely suppressing price to accumulate. And you SFP this entire range. So as long as you pulled back up, you did break market structure technically bearishly internally, but you'd have to come all the way back down to, you're not going to break anything bearishly here. So you're fine. You have to go back to 2023. Bear market low. I don't see it. Anyways, so we're back inside of this. So if we have a falling wedge, this should break out pretty bullishly. I think I've got a target up here for Ethereum around $15,000 or $16,000, which is this breakout of the cup and handle pattern. The measure move is that $16,000 mark, which is just above the 3618. Going forward on that. Yeah, guys, there's not much else to talk about. Let me zoom in for you so you can kind of see some of these numbers here a little bit closer, what I'm talking about. Let's do an hourly. You can see we're getting a rejection off the yellow dotted line, which is the weekly VWAP. On the 1 hour here, too, this is also the 100 moving average. We're about to print a green buy signal here shortly. You want to have the red. You want to have the red 20 moving average cross underneath and going above the 9 EMA. That gives you the green buy signal. You can see that did it back here. So once these two cross again, you're going to have that. It's going to be pretty good too. You're about to cross under the 50. So Bitcoin looks pretty bullish. For me, market structure back test, about 84,888 is a good spot. Again, if I could set some alarms, I would. This is a good bunch of wicks and candle bodies you can see in here. Let's just draw a line for visualization purposes. I'm very much a visual person. So that is kind of, you got a ton of volume in here. You got some closes and wicks and then tops here too. So that was the breakout. Also coming up, you've got the daily VWAP down at around 85,000. Let's call it 365. The weekly VWAP down at 85,215. And then if I turn back on some of my indicators here for you, my levels, there you go. Previous day high is key to hold too. That's 85,000. Let's call it 80. And then you're going to have support coming in from the VWAPs, or excuse me, the EMAs coming in at 84,955 basically. So expect a retracement. It's the weekend, guys. Don't expect much, but Sundays usually are the big mover days. So if we're going to get a big move, come in then. That's about it, guys. Nothing I say is financial advice. Best of luck. You want to find me, have a Crypto Blackwall on Twitter, the Blockguard Discord. Need some private coaching, head over to my Patreon. I'm getting more of you guys in there now, which is great to see. Speak to you face to face. One-on-one video conferencing. We'll do coaching in that direction based off of your needs. You tell me what you need help with, and I kind of come up with a trading plan for you. Or we can make it as a huge question and answer session based off of my knowledge base and how I can help you. What tools I use, you get access to the Mongo Pro Trader indicator, which you see on the chart here. It's the buy and sell indicator. It's pretty darn spot on. I think my favorite for scalping is like the 12-minute. Let's go to this one. There's a 30-minute. It's a good one here. Got a good sell here. Didn't get a buy down here yet. 10 minutes good for scalping. Going back on a tangent. But yeah, if you want to get into the Patreon, get to the coaching aspect, you could talk more about that then. If you need an exchange, we've got access to both MEXC and Bitunix. Bitunix does not require KYC. They don't care if you have a VPN. It can be off. They're based out of Dubai. That's one aspect to them. The only downside is their fees are slightly higher. We did find out with one of the other clients that the fee structure is quite a bit higher for Bitcoin. So even myself, my fees were quite higher, and I have a VIP status with them. So there's nothing like scalping on MEXC if you have the opportunity to do so. MEXC is just super cheap. So, but you have to have a VPN. You can't be in the U.S. They don't like U.S. customers. And of course, I can't tell you that. So I am technically in Mexico. So we'll kind of go up for that. You have questions, guys, hit me up. Hit me up on the Discord, the DMs on Twitter and X. And if you need some private coaching, come to Patreon. Love you all. Thanks. Bye.